Hi guys, welcome back to episode 10 of Behind Track Limits podcast. In today's episode, we will be talking about the Spa Grand Prix as well as the Dutch Grand Prix, along with Valtteri Bottas and George Russell. So there's not really much we can talk about on the Spa Grand Prix due to the fact we didn't get one.
I did like all the memes that came out of it.
I did like the memes that came from that.
Here at Red Bull. Oh dear, steady on, sir.
I mean, that was the only entertainment for the 3 hours that we were waiting.
Yeah, well, it was so
for 4.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time somebody came in, they were like, "What are you doing?"
I only waited half an hour because I was at work and I came home, sat down, I thought, oh, no racing.
Got 2 laps though.
The best thing was just seeing George's face. And it was her first ever F1 race that she watched with me. And it wasn't a race. And now she's moved away, so we can't watch another one together. I was like, oh no.
She literally watched potentially the worst one of the season.
Yeah.
So, still more to come, so who knows. But the best thing was, I just thought George was just seeing his face at the end, just for that quali lap on the Saturday afternoon. I was like, he fully deserved it.
Yeah, that just goes to show that like how important qualifying is.
Yeah, you took the words right out my mouth because I was just going to say that. But my personal opinion on the points, I don't find it fair. As much as, you know, quali shows that it matters, but they raced behind a safety car, which you can't overtake on, and you had to do like a certain speed limit anyways. So even giving out half the points, I just don't think it's fair. Like, and that's my personal view on it. I know obviously other people find it fair because obviously they did a few laps, but then obviously there was a whole speculation about the FIA that had not read the rule book properly. So
what is it? It's 2 laps to get a full classification, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then with I think it was like previous results.
Yeah, I quite like the comparison to the sprint qualifying, because they actually race for like a few laps there and they get like 3 points when they're winning, and now they did 2 laps behind the safety car and he and Max got like 12.5 points for what?
We've got the sprint qualifying weekend. I just forgot about that. It's Monza.
Yeah. That's exciting.
That's honestly, like, for me, I think Monza's like a track where like anything can happen, because especially last year, like, what a beautiful race it was.
Oh, that was beyond beautiful. That was a year ago today.
Honestly, I can already feel the tears coming. Like, come on, Pierre. I need another.
La victoire de Pierre Gasly! Il l'a fait!
Yeah, I was just saying that made me cry.
Monza 2.0.
Yeah.
I don't really know if there is much else to talk about on the Spa Grand Prix.
I will say
the FIA should have acted a bit quicker in qualifying with the red flag. So like the crash with Lando wouldn't have happened if there was a red flag.
Yeah. If drivers say it's not safe, then it's probably not safe.
Yeah, exactly.
You will have noticed though that like whenever like a slightest inconvenience happened at Zandvoort yesterday, that they had the red flags out a lot quicker. Like
the Carlos Sainz one, and it was literally a bang straight out.
That they got they acted more carefully on the Sunday because of what happened with Lando on the Saturday. If that hadn't happened, I think that the decisions would have been different on the Sunday.
Yeah,
I definitely
agree. With Formula 3 yesterday, when they were like dishing out 10-second time penalties, seconds after it had happened, and it just shows how quickly they've learned from what happened at Spa. Even if it's not the same consequence with a red flag, still with penalties, they've still kind of got their act together and realised they need to sort it out.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes though the FIA wait until something happens, until they act on it. So instead of thinking ahead, they always wait for the situation to get worse.
Yeah, because for all they know, if they say red flag the session in Spa, pre-Lando's accident, like they wouldn't have known that Lando was going to have that accident, would they?
No, exactly.
So obviously, yeah, Seb said that it needed to be red flagged. And obviously you should really listen to a driver because they're out on the track, they know the conditions and they know how bad it can get. Then obviously Lando's incident happened and that's when they acted on it. But yeah, they've definitely like upped their game in some sense. They've always had a good like up game anyway, but since Spa, it just goes to show how on it they are now.
Yeah, because they did put the statement out saying they could do better and the lessons were to be learned from what actually happened. So hopefully the situation we had will never happen again, because you can't obviously compete with like Mother Nature and the rain. But yeah.
Like another thing is like, how many crashes does it have to take for them to realise they need to be quicker with these things?
Yeah,
Amelia, we have like the same mind at the moment.
I was just going to mention about how many crashes had happened, like
especially at Spa.
They need to change Eau Rouge because there's multiple instances again over the weekend, obviously in the W Series as well, and that was horrific. That was horrific, and thankfully no one was hurt seriously. So yeah, I think they're gonna have to change it.
I was reading the comments of what one of the drivers had said about how the crash happened, and they said that they were completely blindsided by the rain that started coming down at that part of the track, because as they were coming round it was completely dry, but as soon as they got to Eau Rouge it was raining, and that's where things went really wrong.
Are they not only going to just change the barrier though, from where?
Yeah, I think
hit and then you come back onto the track. That's the only one that's going to change.
Yeah, you hit it and then you come back on track, and then that's a massive obstruction to oncoming cars, and
coming up the Rouge anyway, so you can't see anything.
Yeah, I've just read here Spa are planning to spend 80 million euros on safety renovations. I think one of the biggest advocates about Spa recently is Callum Isla, I think it was. I've seen him talking a lot about it. Getting Spectre Seb on it.
Yeah.
Oh, Seb.
They also had the W Series incident too there. So
yeah,
they really need to step up their game.
Definitely.
Jack-eye.
Yeah, it's a fast part of the track, so
Yeah.
I think everyone knows the fast parts of each track. Like for instance, Silverstone, Cops Corner. That's the fast part of the track. That really fast part of the track. And to not have a barrier to where like there's room for a car to kind of go back out but not go back out onto the track, they need that. Because you've got it on the right hand side, but you haven't got it on the left hand side. So it's your barrier track, massive call it like a layover bit, we'll call it that, and then another barrier. But it's not likely that they're going to go into the right hand side unless you're getting hit. It's more likely, obviously with Lando's case, he went into the left side and then back onto the track. And luckily enough, that wasn't a race, that was just qualifying and he was the first one out. But imagine if Seb was behind him doing a fast lap as well.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know what happened.
Oh, who was it? It could have been very similar to when between Max and Stroll, when Max was out doing his hot lap and then all of a sudden yellow flags came down and Stroll was on a slow lap. They could have very easily gone in with each other if they were anywhere else on the track.
Yeah. Let's hope that something gets done about Eau Rouge. I'm not saying completely scrap Eau Rouge. Spa's one of my favourite circuits, and that's like the highlight to watch all the cars go up Eau Rouge. Like, it's not only satisfying, but it just looks so pretty. But they definitely just need to sort it out, make it a lot safer for the drivers, because I don't, to be honest, I don't think we want another Hubert situation. I don't think we want another W Series situation, or definitely not another Lando situation. We just need to kind of hope that it gets sorted out for next year. But we'll wait and see. Right now.
Especially with Alonso's helmet camera, that looked
that was the best thing.
Helmet camera.
That helmet thing needs to return. Why wasn't it not used at the weekend?
Yeah, like the track
I was thinking
banking.
It's probably one of the best tracks to use, because you'd actually see them like go up the banks of Zandvoort and see everything like as you're coming down and going up. But no, nobody used it. What?
I feel like it could be something to do with the steering wheel, because obviously being able to see in the cockpit, like teams could look in the cockpit of the steering wheel and take ideas from that.
That's what they would
their own advantage, which could be a possible reason why it wasn't used.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the bankings in Zandvoort are so
unbelievable.
Do you know what? It was quite, personally speaking, it was quite a bland race. There wasn't really much action to it because there's not many overtaking zones. But just the banking, like the last turn before like the straight, so satisfying.
Yeah.
Imagine the track without the banking though. Would it be as, say, iconic as what we're saying it now?
Exactly.
I don't think it would. I think obscure tracks are what makes them semi-exciting.
It's like a lot say about Spa and Eau Rouge. Say, would Spa be Spa without Eau Rouge? I think it would, but at the same time, Eau Rouge is so iconic.
Yeah,
exactly. But could you imagine, so you know how all the cars go in on like the inside and the inside line of the banking, imagine them going on the outside. They'd be like this.
Alonso was doing it turn 3. He was going on like the outside line rather than because him and Ocon actually had a pretty good scrap, because Ocon was like, I'm the faster car, but obviously
Alonso was protecting his tyres.
Yeah. Alonso got P6, which is good, and it goes to show that he is still pretty good. I mean, I'm a massive Alonso fan, so I'm pretty biased. So. But I love Alonso.
It was interesting to see everyone's how the different lines they took as well.
Yeah.
How they used that, like how they were using it in qualifying and practice, and how they put that into the race, because everyone was taking different lines through the banking.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, it was interesting to see.
And especially when you had to overtake, I think you had to go on the outside this time, which was you had to go the longer way round for the first time ever, and it worked in every occasion. I think I watched when we saw like Lando and Perez, they kind of touched, and it was obviously it was a racing incident, 50-50. They didn't really give each other space, and you think obviously Perez had to take the outside line, but it's like another move again.
And the TV,
I thought that was quite good.
As well.
Yeah, that was unreal. That was the move of the day.
Oh,
honestly, like Perez was a different class yesterday. I still keep thinking, like, as if it was only yesterday, the race. It feels like it was a few days ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Because so much has happened. Obviously, Kimi announcing his retirement, so that was a big thing over the weekend. And then we got some big news today.
Valtteri to Alfa Romeo.
What a surprise!
It was. I'll actually find the post that I saw about it. And it was posted on Instagram by Formula Racers, and
they're a very reliable account. I feel.
Yeah, they are.
Noticed, but they're very reliable. I saw.
This is the post that I saw.
I saw that.
Valtteri Bottas has signed with Alfa Romeo for 2022. An announcement is expected tomorrow. We get an announcement. And then they posted today, Canal Plus have reported George Russell's move to Mercedes will be announced tomorrow.
And it's the same source.
So
is it this? Oh, okay. Honestly, no. There was so much giveaway over the weekend. Like, I think I was looking at the interview with George and Jensen Button, and he was saying, "Are you going to get some podiums, or are you going to be in a fast car?" And he was like, "Next year." He goes, "Oh, the relegation changes. Like the regulation changes. Do you think right? That's definitely yes." Then
literally, when Christian went up to him, he's like, "Congratulated," and almost doing it. I was like,
he looked so uncomfortable.
I did.
I was literally like, I was like, oh my god, trust it to be Christian Horner that outs him to the world about his contract.
I think Nico Rosberg did as well over the weekend.
Yeah.
Daniel did too.
Look, this is the one about. Let me just turn my volume up. This is the one with Horner and Ricardo congratulating Russell on his new deal.
Congratulating him on his deal. I don't know what congratulations are about.
It's just his eyes at the end.
It's just great.
Honestly. He's like, what I'll try
to
find about the. Oh, here it is.
I love Christian Horner for that.
But most on point for us here racing this weekend. When are you going to have your first win?
This is it.
Next year.
I know, you picked away there. I haven't. So,
it was such a long pause.
You had to really think about what he was going to say there. And like, I'm not joking. Like, if like, I think even Christian Horner was like fed up with like the amount of like obviousness around it.
Well, we're gonna all see this on Drive to Survive anyway.
Exactly. Nico Rosberg had a lot to say about it because he was saying that Netflix had gone into the Mercedes area to film George signing his contract after the Dutch Grand Prix. And
well, that's exciting.
I was like, Nico, whose side are you on?
He was going in yesterday. I don't know if anybody like heard him pre-race. He was fully like going in on the situation with what's happened previously, and
but let's be real. As if George just signed that contract yesterday. He signed
of course
that
he didn't. He
weeks
signed a week
ago.
That was just for TV purposes. We all know it.
You just thought, right, George, here's a blank piece of paper, just sign it.
Yeah.
It looks like we signed a contract.
Waiting for the news. Toto said, so somebody said, when are we getting the news? And then they said, is it a matter of pen to paper? And he said, yes, it's a matter of pen to paper. It's when the contract is being signed. So I was very confused by that because I thought that the contract would have been signed for ages, whether he's lying or not.
I reckon it's been signed since last year.
Absolutely. But then he was on, I was listening to Channel 4 and they were saying, when is it going to be announced? Is it going to be next weekend? And they were like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Toto was like, no. And I was thinking, well, it's going to be the other days of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, because
it's announced when I'm in college.
A few what was it? A few months. It was towards like the start of the season, the first few races, and that was when we started to see Valtteri kind of like side away from team orders and kind of do his own thing. So I think for me, that was him basically showing like, hi to the other teams, like my contract is like possibly gonna be like gone next year, like I'm gonna prove myself here, someone sign me.
Do you know what, I'm pretty sure, I think it was on Instagram how Hungary was the decider for George and Mercedes, and then obviously Hungary, Bottas decided to play a bowling game, which is really different for an F1 driver. He's now a professional bowler, but when he was sat on the tyres on his own, he looked so like as if to think, shit, to put it nicely.
Yeah.
But
I really do feel bad for him, to be honest. I feel like he's since he joined there, he's always been in Lewis Hamilton's shadow, and he's not really been given the best opportunities to title fight.
I think now it'll be 50-50.
It has to be because George is the future. They can't do that to him.
They can't do it again. Yeah, they have to do it 50-50 now. They have to kind of play fair.
I mean, kind of knew that Valtteri possibly wouldn't have got a world championship over Lewis due to the fact that obviously Lewis is a 7-time world champion.
They're not going to give up on him, are they? They're going to want him
they're going to want him to up Michael Schumacher's records. I don't know, whichever one. Same thing, yeah. But yeah, I do. Do you know what? I do feel bad for him. It just seems like he got toyed around a bit, which in some sense is understandable. He was kind of there in like kind of in a way that Checo's there for Max to keep off the team that you're against. And to like, obviously Bottas was defending Max yesterday when Bottas was P1. Obviously didn't end up well. That's okay. But yeah.
I think even with the situation yesterday kind of showed a very strong favourite to Lewis, obviously.
Yeah, with the fastest lap thing, obviously it's every point counts in the championship race because obviously it's so tight. But then now, do you think because Bottas is going, will he care as much?
Yeah, that's
and kind of give, well, not Red Bull an advantage, but I think they'll think they have an advantage, and I think that's the mind games I think Red Bull like to play against Mercedes.
Yeah.
I mean, Valtteri and Lewis have been together for 5 years. I don't think he will do them over like that. I can't see it. I mean,
no.
I don't think he'd want to leave Mercedes in that way. I think he'll want to leave on not just Red Bull.
I can't really.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I don't think he would do Lewis this dirty, but I mean, Mercedes treated him not nice, not very well. Maybe, well, with the fastest lap things, they don't cost the team any points if he takes it.
Yeah.
Maybe some petty things like this, but not like something that would cost Lewis a race.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to hurt Lewis personally, just the team.
No.
I wouldn't say it's about Lewis, it's about Mercedes. He's got a very good relationship with Lewis.
Yeah.
And the way they always work well together.
Yeah, the way Lewis spoke about Valtteri on his Instagram post just goes to show like how good of friends they were. And I think it was always like them two and then the rest of the grid, because the rest of the grid, they're all like sound for each other, but I've never really seen Valtteri and Lewis be as good of friends with the rest of the grid as everyone else is with each other.
Yeah.
I think there was I think Lewis actually said how he wanted Valtteri to be his teammate next season.
Yeah, he did.
And
I mean,
it goes to show that friendship there, like obviously they work well together, and there's definitely a friendship there from Lewis's post. And I think Mercedes will definitely take care of Valtteri still when he's in Alfa Romeo. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, there's so much speculation on the Alfa Romeo seat because we don't know if Antonio's signed, and then obviously there's Albon to Williams apparently. So
I just think that Mercedes preach a lot about how Red Bull treat drivers, and that's not me justifying the way Red Bull treat drivers, but they've in recent times Mercedes have done the same to Valtteri as what Red Bull have done to their number 2 drivers.
Yeah, I mean it's not as severe as like
it's not severe, but
like half the season, then we'll drop them. But I guess it is the same, but in a more of a long period.
They're definitely influenced by them, because when your competitor just kicks off and switches teammates the whole time, you need to keep up too, in a way.
Yeah, I think I've said this a few times to a few people. I think that it'll be good for Valtteri to start driving for himself and not somebody else's championship.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's would agree with me on that, but that's just how I feel on this certain issue.
No, I think in some sense I do agree, because definitely Valtteri's like a helping point for Lewis, and it's always good to have a helping point, and I'm sure George will also be this helping point for Lewis. I think he'll definitely be driving for himself, because he's always been helping Lewis out, and I think he just wants I think Alfa Romeo will be good for him.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a nice way, you know, if he retires after Alfa Romeo, it'll be a nice way to end his career off. But I just all I want to know is there's loads of speculation that Nick de Vries is going to get the Alfa Romeo seat. And obviously there's speculation that Alex Albon's going to get the Williams seat. And I know Williams have said that they wanted a experienced driver within the seat, because obviously it's now inevitable that they are going to have the spare seat. Unless, you know, maybe Latifi goes to Mercedes, who knows? But yeah, I think I'd like to see Alex back in F1 next year.
But is it guaranteed that Mick is going to be at the Haas next year?
Yeah.
So like I think Mazepin, obviously they've signed a contract because they're just new in Formula One, but we all know contracts don't really matter. So we could also see if Nick doesn't get the Alpha, maybe Mick could level up. But also at the same time, I think Alpha are getting the Merc engine, which also helps with battery.
Yeah.
So will they take, because they won't have the same advantage as having Ferrari Driver Academy drivers.
Yeah, because I think Fred Vassier said that they don't have to follow Ferrari anymore. They can do their own thing.
Yeah, so it kind of spices it up again.
Yeah.
But obviously with the speculation of Nick de Vries and the Alfa Romeo seat, where does that leave Giovinazzi?
Yeah,
that's like another thing you've got to...
Unless he becomes a reserve driver, but then you're stuck in the same pattern of going around, because essentially that's why he wants to be a Ferrari, but then you've clearly got Mick, who will end up in a Ferrari at some stage.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no question about that, because I think they said they were watching him to see what was going to happen, but obviously he's still a rookie, isn't he? So he's got to learn so much, and with obviously the changes, I think it's like silly season has got even sillier at the moment.
I think Mick needs to, as much as like I know that he's like a mature guy, he needs to mature a bit more to learn to deal with Mazepin, because Mazepin's not going to go anywhere realistically, is he, if his dad's investing in the team. He's got to learn to sort of keep himself to himself and do what needs to be done.
Yeah, because Mazepin was having a bit of a dig at Mick as well. So you know relationships like at Haas.
I don't know if you have seen the video of Nikita Mazepin doing an interview saying that he likes to drive clean, as he always does.
I
was like, are you sure?
I saw someone on TikTok use that and then then use the spins, and I was like, do you know what though? I am going to be brutally honest. Nikita Mazepin has well and truly grown on me. You know, obviously everything that had happened, you know.
Yeah, me.
I completely agree with that. He's grown on me.
He's a very likable guy, I think. I don't think like he's not really impeded anyone. There's been a few times where he has like, you know, he's
start of the season.
But I think he's getting used to it. He's getting to grips with it. But he's definitely grown.
At the beginning, like on his Instagram, he like went private for a bit and stuff, and like he got so much hate. But now, like looking like Mazago, you know, everyone loves him suddenly.
I understand where the hate came from, but I don't think it should have been to the extent that it was.
Yeah, no, the extent it went was
now.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, this is it. Wait, I'll turn it down because I don't want to deafen any views.
I personally expected it to be a clean race, as it always is for me this year. What?
Happened first practice session at Monza will go off. After he said that.
The funniest thing for me was when everyone was saying that Mazepin was going to end up in the Monaco Bay. When it was Mick Schumacher instead, near enough.
I know, he never even crashed in Monaco.
I was very proud. That's a hard track not to crash on.
Oh yeah.
I guess he was going to.
He was the only rookie that didn't crash, because Tsunoda crashed and Schumacher crashed.
But yeah,
Tsunoda at the weekend didn't have a great time, did he? Again.
No.
You got a feel for him, but
anyone think his seats that will just get AlphaTauri?
His seats in
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it might be. And I think if worst case scenario, I think if he carries on performing like he does, and Alex doesn't go to Williams, then I think he'll be stay at Red Bull with AlphaTauri.
I think we even need to look at Liam Lawson and Yuri Vips, how good they're performing. Obviously, Liam Lawson with DTM and getting his first wins. I think that kind of...
Yeah, there's speculation that Liam Lawson could get the AlphaTauri seat.
Yeah.
Wow.
To be honest, it's to my surprise that Pierre Gasly's still at AlphaTauri because they're a youth team. And how long has how old is Pierre Gasly? Like 20?
He's my age, 25.
25, yeah. So it surprises me that he's still there. But then again, they're not going to leave him without a seat when he's performing that well.
No.
Yeah, he was on German television after the race, and he said that he had some expectation and some hope to go back into the Red Bull for next year.
Yeah.
And then he was a bit sad that it didn't happen, but they want to extend contract. And as I mentioned in the chat, I've never want to see him again in a Red Bull suit, actually.
Yeah,
because
I think it'll be different.
I wouldn't want to go back. Yeah.
It'll be very different.
Really young, so it was kind of getting on a bit. I think Pierre Gasly's kind of looking in the future to that. Obviously, he's extended his contract to next year, but realistically, will that then be extended? Say, if a couple of bad performances come in again, will that then be extended for 2023?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pressure's still going to be there though. Either if he gets older and gets more experience in Formula One, the pressure of being Max's teammate is still always going to be there. And it's just going to be, I don't know. I feel like he does, obviously everyone does well with pressure in Formula One, sort of, but that sort of pressure where you have to always be behind Max, it will get to you. So,
and Max is only 23. We've got a long way to go with Max.
A long way left of Max. I'm so happy I don't support I'm so happy that I don't mainstream support an older driver. Seb has my heart, and hearing him say that he's not going to be there when he's 40, let alone he might not even be there next year.
Don't. I'm already in tears. I'm going to cry.
Aston Martin are looking at the potential of signing someone else, but Lawrence Stroll, I saw, said that he'd pay any amount of money to see Lance Stroll in the Mercedes.
Different.
I know.
Very different.
Yeah. Well, I know it's never going to happen, but saying that you'd pay any amount of money for that.
You know what? I think Lance is a perfect fit for the Aston Martin.
Yeah. I think Seb is as well.
Seb's definitely a perfect fit for the Aston Martin. But
you know what? I'm still not over that rumor that Toto Wolff is in discussions with Daniel Ricciardo for when Lewis Hamilton retires.
Yeah,
what?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
What?
That would be.
Yeah, but Ricciardo's not either. You know what I mean? Daniel Ricciardo's what? Lewis Hamilton's 36.
Yeah, 36.
I'm at home.
Well, baby. What about Pierre?
Yeah,
Gasly.
We're saying about Daniel Ricciardo going to
yes.
That's the one, yeah.
I don't think he'd ever do that anyway, not to Red Bull, because he has such a good relationship with them still.
Daniel will go back to Red Bull. Mark my words.
Daniel he loves it at Red Bull.
He'll go back to Bulls. He won't do that to Max.
He was the best teammate to Max, actually.
Yeah. Oh, did you see him yesterday wearing this orange cape with with the lion on? Oh, and they were all doing selfies together, and I was like, I just want them back together just to do fun TikToks with that.
Oh, imagine their TikToks. That would be great. Oh my god.
And them doing the just anything.
I keep the sofa when they used to do it on the sofas, with Monaco, and just back when we used to have YouTube videos of them.
Daniel doesn't travel. Daniel doesn't travel with McLaren, he travels with Max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. Do you know
Do
what?
they literally live next door to each other?
Yeah, probably both live in
Yeah,
Monaco,
probably.
don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what though?
Quite weird there. Oh, go on, Anna.
This is so off topic. I'm really sorry. I was looking at apartments in Monaco, and a one-bedroom apartment's like 11 million. For one-bedroom apartment.
Stop.
11 million. And I was like,
Even like to go on holiday, I think it's like mad expensive.
Yeah.
Has anyone been to Monaco?
I have.
No.
I've been to Monaco. We've walked the track.
Oh, I've walked
Oh my
the
God.
track.
When I walked the track, and it's one of the best things I've ever done. It was so
Definitely.
Is there much to do in Monaco? Because it's a very small island.
I went to the palace.
there's quite a lot to do. Yeah, I mean, it's great. My sister was really young at the time, so she didn't love it because she kind of couldn't appreciate it as much as like me or my parents would. But it's kind of like one of them holidays, like say if you were to go to America or whatever, one of them holidays where you'd go and you'd never forget.
I only went for the day because I was camping in the south of France, and then we was like, oh, we're gonna go to Monaco for the day. Got the coach there, and then we did like a tour of the palace, which was so pretty. And then after then, we went like down into the streets of Monaco, walked the track. And I remember going down, like, do you know the climb bit? Like, I can't think of it straight. Do you know like the hilly bit near the bay? Yeah. We was walking down there, and I remember there was this woman, and she was leaning against this Lamborghini, and the guy came out and was like, "Get off my car!" And I was thinking, "Oh." I went and got food and ice cream.
Imagine being able to just say, "Let's go to Monaco for the day."
I know.
All half the drivers live there, don't they? Or in Switzerland.
Yeah,
it's literally that's it.
Obviously, Alex Albon lives in Monaco. Max lives in Monaco. Daniel lives in Monaco. Charles lives in Monaco.
Valtteri.
Valtteri. Oh my god, that's so cute.
And then you've got George and Lando loving the UK still. Woo!
Loving the UK. He's George is loving Kings Lynn whilst Lando's enjoying the Milton Keynes.
I drove past Kings Lynn the other day and just thought I'd let you all know.
Did you see any
It was quite... I did see
Monaco's small. Like, it's not like small, but like it's not small. But it's just like, imagine just walking around and bumping into like a driver and be like, oh, hey. And like, imagine living that, having all these drivers.
Lots of people see Charles Leclerc.
Why don't
and Lewis.
Oh yeah, I lives in Monaco, obviously.
I'd say it's planned to go on a camping trip to the place that I a day trip in Monaco.
Yes.
I'm down. Like, seriously, I'm 18 and 2.
It's quite cheap to do. It's quite cheap to do. I was looking at it actually.
Should we just go? Should we all go next year?
Go.
We can just appear for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Oh God, I didn't realise.
I didn't realise that. We're not F1 fans at all.
Don't know what's going on. I love somewhere.
Me getting a paddock pass for the Monaco race and like bumping into the Kardashians and stuff. Like, imagine.
Sorry, my life would be made.
I really, really want to meet Kim Kardashian.
I want to meet Kendall.
Nice. Here's a day trip from Nice to Monaco. Let me check how much it is.
It's like €5 with by train because it's a very short trip. Like, I've looked it up.
Like 15 minutes train.
Yeah. I love how you've all looked this up. This has made my evening.
I was literally looking at it yesterday.
I will do it.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. If we all get a flight to... I stayed in a place called Fregis in a camping site, and it was so nice. Like a little camping site, it's just ideal.
Should we get a 10-man tent and just go?
No, the camping
site living together.
Like, the camping site was actual like caravans, like not like the boxy ones, not the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it? when I was in France earlier, we were staying at a campsite, and it's so fun because you got like the caravans and you got rivers.
Let me see if I can find it. I think we've gone off topic of the podcast now.
Hot girl summer is more important. Okay,
we can all edit this out.
So just to go like very off topic, I don't know if any of you would have seen the Kardashians doing like their end of series like show. One thing that like really touched me was how Kim said that everything she owns, like jewelry, clothes, is fake because of what happened to her in Paris. Like she can't have anything that's worth money in her home. That's why her house looks so plain. Which is really sad. No one should have to live like that.
Yeah.
That was like the thing with Molly May showing off her like Cartier bracelet and Rolex.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Doing that. You know? Stop doing it.
Okay.
Oh, bless me.
Live with Maura Higgins. What's she gonna do?
Do you know what my biggest flex in life is? Right? My brother picked people to go on Love Island, and he picked Tommy and Molly. So if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't be together.
That's an amazing story.
Can you like get to accept my application next year?
I was going to say, pick me, but I have got a boyfriend.
I haven't got a boyfriend, so
I don't either.
Yeah, neither. So
can you get that Jack Barlow to like re-go on the show so I can pull him?
I'm actually, hold up. I want to know the campsite I stayed at in Fregis.
Are we still on about hot gal summer?
Yeah. Honestly, I can be free next August.
I mean, next year,
let's go.
Jesus.
It's hot girl every day.
Exactly. I didn't get a hot girl summer because I was in a relationship, unfortunately, but I will be doing hot girl year.
Okay.
I know it's bad of me to say that it was unfortunate that I was in a relationship, but it's very unfortunate.
Girl.
What?
I feel like filming's kind of done now. Everyone's just talking about Monaco.
Yeah, I feel like it was done.
Right, we'll just say, Max won the race, blah, 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 done.
Thanks for joining the podcast, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. We have just been on about going to Monaco next year. Why? It's not afternoon. I've just got a message saying, hold up, let me read it out.
Okay.
Good afternoon. If you require college transport at Toll Bar Roundabout, please make sure you are at the bus stop on the south side of the roundabout, opposite the petrol station, 10 minutes before pickup time. All time, I drive, so I don't need that.
Wow.
Oh, don't. I'm in a class with the year below now. I restarted college. So I'm going to be at the back, living my own life, just right in the way.
It's all right.
It is.
It was me last year. I was with all the younger ones.
They'll see me driving out, they'll think, oh, she's only just turned 17. I'm thinking I'm 18 in 2 weeks.
Like for lift, yeah.
I'm not giving any of them a lift. I just filled up my car with petrol. It's a lot of money. It's 40 quid
a week.
Driving. It's it depends how often I drive and where I go. But I've actually
drive to Yorkshire if you really wanted.
I had to tell my mate that lives in another town from me. I was like, I'm not driving to you anymore because I use too much fuel. And I need my car because I'm always driving to work. Let's see. I'm still going to look at Monaco.
Minis are like...
driving on Saturday, Gracie?
Pardon?
Are you driving on Saturday?
Oh, no, I'm getting train. I don't drive.
Same, I'm getting the train. Oh my God, I might see you at the station. What time's your train getting in for?
I haven't worked that one out yet.
She's just going. She's just getting on the train. Where she ends up, she doesn't know.
We don't know.
Someone's picking me up from Milton Keynes, so yeah, that's all I know. Oh, I have to make my way to Milton Keynes. That's all I know. I think I'll go into central London first. Go to Houston. I think it's
correct. Yeah.
So from I'll give you like a bit dumb, but yeah. So
I want to ask on what hotel we stayed in. Well, not hotel. Hold up. Let me just mute.
You know what? In England today, it's so hot. I'm literally my face.
It's going to be 27 degrees where I live tomorrow.
Oh,
I've just been bitten on my foot.
What campsite did we stay in Fregis?
Oh my god, let me show you my college ID from last year. Do you know how much they made me? They made me look like a space raider.
BAU. Oh, got it. Thanks. I was only just wondering. That's all. All right. Bye.
Oh, badly did they butcher that?
I found the campsite, guys.
We're all going.
It's 5-star. Look at that pool. I've swum in that pool.
That actually looks
wow.
They've even got a slide.
Love that.
Oh, we wouldn't be on that slide. We would be in Monaco looking for someone to spot.
We've got
on a super yacht.
We'd be looking for Kimi Räikkönen.
Yeah, like you know how they go on their morning runs. Like, oh my god, I'm feeling so athletic this morning. Like, just run the whole field.
You need a personal trainer because I can help you. I know Alex Casanovas.
Oh. I need to get in the shower.
What time is it?
We haven't done too much.
Dinner.
8.
Time flies by when you're having
so
fun.
Warm.
I know, it's really warm.
I know, I don't want to get in my school uniform.
I've got to set an alarm tomorrow. Oh.
Me too.
Oh, I know. Are you starting college tomorrow?
I'm going, and it's the first time I'm going to have to socialise with everyone and like.
Don't worry, me too. I'm so scared.
Well, I had the same problem last week. I started and I got to know all the new people and I was like so scared, but they're all very lovely.
Anna,
I'm so scared. Honestly, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. If not, I'll come to Devon and is it Devon you live?
Yeah, come to Devon.
Trip to Devon. And I will slap them up
Jamie.
for treating my Anna poorly.
I live near so Amelia, if you ever come through, you know, I'll wave to you on the train because your train would go past my little down there if you went to Plymouth. We're like,
yeah, I'm coming to Plymouth, but I don't know when. Yeah. What subjects are you doing, Anna?
I am doing geography, photography, and sociology.
I'm doing business and history. I'm doing double business though.
Wow.
I know.
Love that.
I only
not that long, so you know, get it over with, and then you can be free of education and leave and do whatever you want.
I just realised we're still recording.
I know. We need to just cut the whole thing out of this one.
Yeah, we just said behind the scenes, like inside.
Oh, we're gonna have some great bloopers for Instagram.
Oh yeah, planning a trip to Monaco.
Yeah.
Now will we though, guys? Because I need to go and have some food in a minute.
Right, should we do the outro? We did not do
Bye guys.
Wait, what should we say?
Thanks for watching.
I'm gonna do the outro real quick.
I'm not doing it.
Ellie, bang us out an outro.
Yeah, go on, Ellie.
Thank you
Thanks
for
watching, everyone.
We'll be back next week. So stay tuned. Awkward wave, everyone. Bye.
Bring the action.